Hello everyone, good morning. It's time to start the day. Grab your coffee, your favorite beverage, shine your light and light the way.
Oh, you caught me drinking my coffee. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, August 7th, 2024. And it's time for your Good Morning Coffee and Talk. And I'm Dolly. This is the Wolf Girl Oracle. Good morning, Fatima. It is good to see you this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is my first cup of coffee, if you believe that or not. Oh, let me close this window here. I'm getting a little bit of glare. There we go. Yeah, this is my first cup of coffee. I can't believe it. Usually I'm on my third by now, but I've just been taking it slow today. Just taking it a little slow. I had family in town over the weekend, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful to see them. They're people that I don't get to see very often because they live in North Carolina. But yeah, they came in, and it was really nice. We had a really nice time. They came in for a wedding. So it was a short weekend. It was just, Friday through Monday, but yeah, it was good. So I had to yesterday kind of clear my house of the energy. There wasn't any negative energy that was brought into my house, but it was a different kind of energy, so there was kind of the balance was off a little bit, you know what I mean? So I went around and saged the house yesterday and put my intention into it and just cleansed it, opened the doors, pushed things out, and just reset the energy. And it feels good now. It feels really good now. And so I'm happy that I did that. So let's have some coffee. And hopefully the announcement will go out that I'm live and we'll get a few people in here. If not, it's just you and me, Fatima. Hey, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks for coming by, my friend. I'm happy to see you. How are things this morning with you guys? It's beautiful out today here in Wisconsin. Oh my gosh, it is so nice. It's sunny, it's not hot. It's actually kind of dry. It's been super humid, like massively humid for about 2 weeks, where you'd go outside and you were just like, I feel like I'm in a hairdryer. You know what I mean? But today it feels great. So I am very grateful for that. And I'm rocking my Exceptional Chorus shirt today. And if you guys don't know what an exceptional chorus is, an exceptional chorus is a group of individuals who usually have Down syndrome or something similar to that, who get together and they sing. And every Tuesday, Chrissy and I go and watch them practice, because they practice at a house just a block away out in the yard. So we go over there and we hang out with the parents of these kids and sing along with the exceptional chorus, and it is so much fun. So much fun. All right, what are you saying, Willow? You were saying organizing my stuff to get back in car and then some car repairs, but overall optimistic. Excellent. I am glad to hear that. Yeah, got to stay positive. Everything will work out, Everything will work out. And I love singing. I do too. I'm okay. You know how when you're in church, they talk about making a joyful noise? Okay. Well, I really do make a joyful noise. It is not good. I mean, I can carry a tune, but I don't have confidence as a singer. So whenever I sing, it's kind of, unless I'm singing like a cheesy lounge singer. If I'm singing like a cheesy lounge singer, I can just Shasta. I can sing real loud. But when I'm actually trying to sing, I sing very quietly because I have no self-esteem when it comes to singing. So Katie, my friend Katie Moonchild, has a beautiful voice. So she can really belt it out, but I don't have that confidence. But I love to sing. So I go and I sing with them. Fatima says, I am a little sad this week. My husband lost his brother, age 56, suddenly. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that. That is so young. I mean, that's my age. That is so young. What happened? Did he have a heart attack? Oh my gosh, Fatima. I will definitely say prayers for you, okay, and light a candle for you and for your whole family. Absolutely. Wow, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. I'd be a little sad too. I'd probably be a lot sad. And it's okay to feel sad, you know. I know a lot of people try to kind of push that back when it happens, but it is okay to be sad. Good morning. How are you? Thanks for coming. It is really, really nice to see you here in my channel. I see you around other places, but yeah, wow. Thanks for coming. Is it Aquila? Is that how I say it? Aquila? I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. Teresa, I haven't seen you in 600 years. I am so glad that you're here today. Good morning. It's good to see you. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Aquila. Thanks for that, for letting me know. I just want to make sure, respect and all that thing. I gotta share something with you guys. Now, I have been working for a week now. You guys probably know Shanita. She's been on my channel, or if you don't know Shanita, go check her out. Future Focused, Shanita Sanders, Future Focused is her channel here on YouTube. And she wrote a book called Navigating Boundaries, A Heart Journey for Big-Hearted and Sensitive Souls. And this is a 30-day journal for cultivating self-respect. And let me tell you something. I am learning so much from this book about me. I am. Things that I wasn't expecting, because I feel like I'm pretty good at setting boundaries in my life. I'm pretty good at being vocal about that, but I'm finding out there's so much more that I could do. And this book has been fantastic. Good morning, Katie. Hello, sweet sister. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. So if you guys want to learn more about setting boundaries, if that's something in your life, like if you find people always coming to you and not respecting your time and space and always asking you to do this, and then if you're saying no, they're getting angry about it and they're not respecting your boundaries, I feel like this book would be helpful for you to just help you cultivate those boundaries, setting those boundaries. And it's neat because one of the things I like is she gives a quote, okay, like an inspirational quote on the subject of the day. Then she gives a reflection prompt, which includes, like for instance, this is about emotional boundaries, okay? And so the quote is, compassionate people ask for what they need. They say no when they need to. And when they say yes, they mean it. They're compassionate because their boundaries keep them out of resentment. And that is a quote by Brené Brown. And then she puts a reflection prompt. Do you set emotional boundaries? If so, how? If not, why? Are there times when people in your life make this challenging? And then she has a daily intention and action. So the intention is create respectful ways to establish and or maintain healthy emotional boundaries. And in action, discover your power when saying no to a request or demand that challenges your emotional boundary. Be mindful of the experience and reflect on any emotions and thoughts you experienced. And then at the bottom, it says gratitude tip. Reflect on 3 moments when you felt emotionally safe and supported. Share with those individuals your appreciation and how their actions made a difference in your life. And then she gives you space on the next page to journal about what you learned. So I love this, and she's approachable. Shanita is approachable. If I have any questions, I can reach out to her, and she will get right back to me. And I just love that about her. I love this. I love this. Teresa says, it never hurts to have new tools. I agree with you. Fatima says, life is so precious. You are here and then all of a sudden you are gone. Life is very precious. But I don't believe in a finality of death. Okay. Because I believe that the essence of who you are continues on forever. I take some comfort in knowing that. And something that somebody told me once that has always helped me get through grief is when your loved one is on the other side, there is no time. Okay? Time doesn't exist on the other side. So the second that they get to the other side, we're already there with them. Think about that. We're already there with them in their presence. So are they really gone? I don't think so. We just have to reach out to them. I continue to my dead loved ones, I'm talking to them all the time. I'm not even kidding. I'm talking to them all the time because I know that they can feel my energy. They can feel where I'm at. And I believe that they give some of their energy to me when I ask for it. So I hope that you can, it's almost like a prayer, I hope you can have that kind of communication and wonderful feeling, come over you once you get past your, the initial grieving, and allow yourself whatever time you need to grieve. Don't even feel bad about that because there is no expiration date on grief. I'm just saying. All right. Akila says, nice tool. Not just for me, but to teach my girls. Yeah, and Shanita is really, really amazing. After the video or after the live stream's done, if you go to my YouTube page, my home page, Shanita's link is in my friends, the friends area. I've got her listed as people that I love, and you can click on her, and she's just when you think of somebody who embodies joy, it's Shanita. She is just a joyful person who just wants to help people. And I love that about her. Fatima says, that is what gives us hope. Yes, for sure. Teresa says, all this energy coming in has my brain a little loopy. I spell poorly on great days. Please excuse and use your dyslexic deciphering skills. Well, Teresa, I have dyslexia, so I'll be fine. I'll be able to read anything that you say. Good morning, Heather. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for coming. Teresa says, if possible, can you add a link to the book? Yes. You know what? I'll put a link to the book in my community page so that you guys can check it out. And, it wasn't expensive, and it's just such a neat tool. And it helps you it helps you see your mind. You have no idea how much suffering. We have no idea how much suffering we cause ourselves until we start actually looking at how we think, and how much we bring in that energy that is harmful to us, So I love tools like this. Tools like this are amazing. I also wanted to share one other thing. My good friend Amber from Shine Your Light, who I hope someday will have a day off so I can bring her in here and have her on this show. Okay, she is such a sweetheart. Months ago, maybe even a year ago, I saw in one of her shorts, she had this beautiful leaf plate that she was setting her card on to talk about the card. And I'm like, I really love that leaf plate. I want something like that for my altar for the fall. Girlfriend sent me a leaf plate. She sent me the leaf plate. It's made of metal. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this. It's a bowl. Isn't this cool? And this is going to be going on my altar now for fall, for harvest and into fall. And she sent along this lovely card with a personal note in it. And man, that just touched my heart. So Amber, if you're watching the replay on this, girl, you are such a sweet, sweet friend. And I appreciate you so much. I was in a place where I was feeling a little kind of down and all in my own self, all up in my feelings. And when I got that, I thought, oh my God, I am so grateful for the friends in my life, not because they send me stuff, but because they listen and they remember. Katie's great for that too. She has sent me things where I've said, hey, that looks really cool. And then months later, all of a sudden, boom, here, she's sending it to me because she remembered that I said something about that. And oh my God, that touches my heart. That touches my heart so much. Oh my gosh. You don't even know. You don't even know. Okay, well, I was saying, I want to be open to receiving information. I will need to grow spiritually for the 8-8 portal. Yes. Oh, yes. And Katie's like a good person to talk about that. She's saying her Wi-Fi is kind of wonky today. She might disappear. That's okay, Katie. It's all good. I know you love me. There's no doubt in that. But yeah, I learned about Lionsgate through Katie, and she's a good resource for that, to talk about Lionsgate. And hopefully when she does her next show, she'll talk a little bit about it. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow is Lionsgate. And what I'm going to do, how I am going to practice Lionsgate, is I am going to set an intention, for what I want out of Lionsgate this year. I'm also going to set an intention about who I hope will come forward to me. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll just ask for somebody to come forward, but I'd really like to talk to my Aunt Esther. Her and I share a birthday, and I am wondering if she isn't one of my spirit guides. I've been kind of getting some hints that she might be. So I'm hoping that she will come through to me on Lionsgate and we'll have that connection. We were very close when she was alive, and I'm feeling this. I've been feeling this building up to Lionsgate. So I'm going to direct my intention in trying to, connect with her. And I've got some things I need to release that I'm going to write down and burn up on Lionsgate. So yeah. Katie said, I did a reading video that is available to watch now. Okay, so we will definitely go and do that. Make sure you head over to Katie's channel to see Katie Moonchild's World's channel to watch her video. But she's the one who taught me about Lionsgate, and she knows her stuff. So Teresa says, that is so true. Being heard is the highest form of love. Yes, that's what I'm saying. And Katie says, getting stormy here. Uh-oh. You've been getting a lot of storms this year, Katie. It's been a wet summer there for you. Maybe it's not more than usual, but it just seems like every day that I'm talking to you, it's like, uh-oh, here we go. We got a storm. But me too. We've been getting that too. It's been so stormy here. It's just a perfect, beautiful day out today. I think I might, when I'm done here, just go sit outside today, because it's beautiful. Katie says, Lionsgate is like Christmas for her. She has that kind of reverence and love and joy in Lionsgate. And I can attest to that because I know a month ahead of time that it's coming because, Katie starts talking about it, and it's important. It's important. And I am so glad that she shared that with me. Heather says monsoon season. Yep. Yep. That's what it is. We're getting monsoons. Hey, girlfriend. It's good to see you. Are you lurking? Is that what you're doing? Work-a-lurking? Willow says, I'm going to check out that video. Good. Yeah, she always gives a lot of good info on things like this, so definitely check it out. Yeah, Kaylee's here. That's cool. Yeah, yup. Work-a-lurkin'. Okay, that's awesome. And Katie says, I have Leo moon, so it really has a profound effect on my life. Yeah, that is your day. For sure. All right, let's read an affirmation card. We'll just pull the next one in line here. And it says, oh, Katie, you're going to laugh. You're going to laugh. And I hope that this isn't the one that I read last week, but if it is, I'm going to read it again because it is connection, which was Katie's card of the day today, was a connection card. It says, I'm connected to the multitudes. I can access their support at any time. Even a stranger offers me a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter about weather-related stuff. Connection. And look at its penguins. I love that. And, with Katie's card of the day today, which was also a connection card. All right, and I put it at the bottom of the pile now, so if I won't read it again, but maybe we needed to hear it today again. With her card of the day today, I was thinking about connections this morning, and I was thinking about how two very significant things affected how I connect with people. One was COVID, that, the COVID shutdown. When I was stuck in the house with my family for a long time, and kind of just sort of away from society, it kind of forced us into connecting in a way that we had never connected before, in a very profound and wonderful and beautiful way. I know for some families, being that connected or being that around other people kind of blew their families apart. But in my instance, it really brought us closer. And I'm grateful. I'm really grateful for that time. And it made me connect more with people online too. I deepened my friendship with so many people online because that was really the only way that I could connect to the outside world. So some beautiful friendships developed out of COVID, like Katie and I, our friendship really solidified during that time. And then the next thing that really profoundly affected me was this injury where I had to rely on other people to do so much for me, surrendering my control over myself to these people and having them in kind show me that not only would they help me, but they would do it without resentment and without complaining. And, they were happy. They were happy to help me. And the joy it brought them in being able to do something for me for a change, that really profoundly affected me because it made me realize I have to allow people to help sometimes. I don't have to be so independent that I push people away, So those are two things that really helped me connect, So I appreciated the card today, Katie. It was awesome. Teresa says, my hubby is Leo Moon, Gemini Sun. I'm Leo Sun and Gemini Moon. We get along very well. That's good. I have no Leo. I don't think I have any Leo in me. I'd have to look at that closer. That's great, Teresa. I have Pisces moon and rising. Oh, you have both? Pisces for both? That's interesting. What does that mean? I don't know enough about astrology, so. Willow, I think that means your deepness has depth. Ooh. And here is, hi, good day, morning. Good day, morning to you, Bong. Doing well. Thanks for asking. And Katie said you were learning to receive. Yes, 100%. Bong says, I am from India. Well, or is that what you're saying? Indian? Indian? I'm not sure what that means. But welcome. It's good to meet you. Heather says, I have a Pisces moon too. And 3 Scorpio placements. I don't know what I have. I have to look into that. I did a birth chart once for myself, where you can use one of the online tools and you put in, the time and place that you were born, and it kind of gives you a chart, but I don't know enough about that. I'd like to learn more. Sorry, Indian. Gotcha. Well, good morning in India. Well, it's got to be in the evening in India there, right? Like right here, right now, it is 10:26 a.m. where I am. What time is it where you are, Bong? Okay, let's read some questions. I got 3 questions pulled for you guys for today. Oh, before we do that, I want to talk about one other thing. Let me bring this guy. Ooh. I felt like I was in the 80s for a second there. This guy, you guys. This guy. Tim Walls. He is fantastic. I don't know if any of you guys saw Harris's rally in Philly yesterday, but he came on and he was speaking too. This guy is amazing. And I'm really excited about him being the vice president pick for Harris. Like Teresa said, everyone's favorite teacher right now. Yes. Let me tell you something. So if you guys don't know anything about him, he was a non-commissioned officer in the National Guard, who, when he got out, went to become a teacher. And he was a very popular, dynamic teacher. All the kids liked him. He taught, or he was a coach. He was a football coach for linebackers on the football team. Okay. So he was popular with the sports people too. And one day in his class, a young man came to him, a gay young man came to him and said, hey, I'd like to start a gay straight student alliance. Can you help me? Now, here's this ex-military guy who is a football guy who loves to go shooting, okay? Tough dude, tough guy, right? And he says to him, I will help you. And they started a gay straight alliance, their first gay straight alliance in this particular high school, in this little tiny town in the middle of the Midwest. This guy had the courage to do what was right. Ooh, just thinking about that makes me tear up. When I was in high school, they didn't have anything like that. And I lost friends because they didn't have any support. And they felt alone and they were bullied when I was in high school. So for this guy to go and start this, and you know who joined the gay alliance, the gay straight alliance? His football team, and then practically the whole school. So this kid who had the courage to come forward and talk to a dynamic teacher who he had no idea if this guy was going to help him or not, he had no problem with being bullied because the football team had his back. And I just, when I think about that, that just, it tears me up. It makes me emotional because I didn't have that, right? So when got into politics, and he became, I believe he was in the House, okay, the House of Representatives. He brought so much of what he learned about his students, or he was governor. He went into the House first. That's right. He went into the House first. He brought so much of what he learned from his students about the trials and tribulations and hardships that they were facing, like not getting enough to eat, coming into school hungry, what their parents were going through, what they were struggling with. He brought all that to Washington with him, and he worked on projects that helped to improve the human experience here in America. And he took that back home to Minnesota when he became the governor of Minnesota. I mean, he developed a program where every kid, no matter how much money the family makes, every single kid gets breakfast and lunch available to them at the school, so that nobody is going hungry while they're trying to learn. So I have so much respect for this guy. So much respect. Have to go shopping. Have a wonderful day. You have a wonderful day too, Heather. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that so much. Oh, who else is here? Oh, Randy's here. Hi, Randy. How's you doing? I'm glad to see you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, and Lottie B is here. Good morning. Thanks for stopping by. And everybody's saying hi. Oh, thank you all for being friendly and welcoming. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. You're in Washington State. Nice. Is it beautiful right now? How are the wildfires out in that area? Weren't there some wildfires up in Washington, Oregon? Are those settling down now, I hope? Hi, Jane. Good morning. How are you? It is good to see you, my friend. Oh, Fatima has to go. Well, thank you for stopping by, my sweet friend. I love you. Randy hasn't seen any wildfires. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. All right. Let's get into our first question, you guys. Everyone ready? What 3 adjectives would your family use to describe you? What 3 adjectives would your family use to describe you? I'll tell you mine in just a minute here. Jen is here. Hi, Jen, my fellow Wisconsinite. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. What 3 adjectives would your family use to describe you? Now, the answers are definitely going to be different for everybody, because if you've got a great relationship with your family, they're probably going to say good things. And if you don't have a great relationship with your family, well, that could change, So you know what? I'm gonna say mine, and I'm gonna pull from both sides of the family. So from my mom's side of the family, I would hear things like driven and thoughtful and outspoken, not in a bad way, but just, in a protective sort of mama bear sort of way. And from my dad's side of the family, I would hear, just negative things. So we're not even gonna go there, but I'm sure they would have 3 very choice words to say about me, because I'm pretty solid in my boundaries, and if somebody crosses them, I'm very quick to correct them. Katie's got evil, spoiled, and ignorant. Who cares? You know what? Your family is stupid. You be a part of my family. My family already loves you. And they would say funny, thoughtful, and wise. That's what my family would say about you, Katie. Teresa says, helpful, quiet, and standoffish. Are you shy? Are you shy? Jane says, oh, Jen, yes, sensitive here too. Jane said, spoiled. I'm not. Jen says, funny, determined, and sensitive. It was like, too damn truthful. There is no such thing. You know what? If people can't handle your truth, well, then maybe they're just, they're not at your level. You know what I'm saying? Teresa says, I'm not shy. I'm introverted. I can talk to anyone, but I don't want to. I understand that. Jane is shy, quiet, the baby. You're shy? Are you really shy? Lottie B says, I get sensitive too. Well, I have an empathetic gift, so I can't help but not sometimes feel deeply, I can't help that, and sometimes it affects me. I try not to let it, but sometimes it does. Learning how to deal with that. Katie says, I do divination in all kinds evil, and I'm basically an only child. Brother is 17 years older, and I'm one of 2 in the whole family with a graduate level degree. Well, I think that what I said about you makes more sense, saying those things. So not what your family says. They're crazy. That's why I said, who cares? That's right, girl. Jane's phone is dying. Oh no. Oh no. She'll be right back. I hate when that happens. I hate when my phone dies. I'm sure everyone does. All right, let's go on to the next question. Those are good answers, you guys. I appreciated that. And I can't say that I'm surprised, except for like Jane saying that she's shy. I didn't know that about her. But all of you guys, I think, are sensitive and sweet and wise, funny. Those would be the adjectives that I would use for you guys. All right, here's one. And I think I know what your answers are going to be, but let's ask it anyways. Is it more important to be book smart or street smart? Is it more important to be book smart or street smart? Teresa says, Jane is shy but brave too. I agree with you on that. She is brave. And you can be both. You can be both shy and brave, because brave people can push past the fear, right? To do the things that are necessary. And so, yeah, I agree with you. I think that she is brave as well. Katie says, I am biased on that question. That's okay. And Teresa says, I think it's more important to be emotionally smart. Willow says both, a balance, and I agree with you. That would be my answer as well. Randy says, it doesn't matter. We are all here to help each other. Amen. I agree. Jen says, street smart. It helps you navigate life and can always learn as you go from books. That's right. I agree with that too. I think, I don't have the street smarts that my partner does, Chrissy. She is very street savvy. I'm more of the book smart person, right? So between the two of us, we kind of like navigate through life. Katie says, I like to think that life has taught me both. Yes, Willow. For sure. I think both are very important. You don't want to be taken advantage of, but you also want to kind of, I am eternally curious, and I feel like all of you guys are eternally curious too. So, because, I very rarely run into anything with you guys where it surprises me that you don't know something, because most of you have like a grasp on a lot of things that I'm interested in, so I think that that's pretty cool. But there's some differences too. I don't know if any of you guys flint nap like I do. And there's probably things that you guys know things about that I don't know anything about. I know nothing about sewing, crocheting, knitting. I don't know anything about that. Nothing. I think street smarts as being able to roll with the punches. I sort of avoid those punches. Yeah, I hear you on that. Oh, I still got Tim Waltz up here. I like him so much. I want him to stay forever. How about that? Let me remove him. Okay, there we go. Willow says, I didn't know about trauma bonding until I read up on it. I wouldn't have gotten that from the streets. Right. Yeah, there's always going to be things that that you will find out about if you get curious about something and kind of go down a rabbit hole on the internet and just start reading books on it. I get you there. Street smart is knowing what comes from experiences. Yeah. 100%. And Chrissy grew up in the projects, in a town that isn't very wealthy. So she got to see some real meanness out there on the streets and learn some hard lessons the hard way. And she's been kind enough to pass on that wisdom to me. And I will go to her and look to her if something feels a little off. I'll look at her and she'll either be like or So I appreciate that. So good answers, you guys. Good answers. Awesome. And I ask one more, and this one's kind of a fun one. What is the funniest advice your mother gave you? What is the funniest advice your mother gave you? And we'll reach that out to really any female in your family, because not everybody's close to their moms, so it could be a grandmother, it could be an aunt, it could be a godmother. Okay, but what is the funniest advice a important woman in your life gave you? Teresa says, I don't flint nap, but I play one on TV. Oh, no, wait, that's not what she said. I don't flint nap, but I have a weird fantasy of hunting with a flint spear and then preserving the fur and meat. Of course, at 62, that might be a bit behind my abilities. I don't put anything past you, Teresa. I think if we were in a survival situation, you'd be able to get out there and do that. I don't have a spearhead. This is the closest I've gotten to a spearhead. This one right here. And I didn't want to take it down any further because I could see that there was a lot of places where it could have cracked it in half. So I just sort of stopped right there. But it's darn sharp. If I went across my hand with this, it would cut me open. So, but it's fun. I really enjoy doing this. And I haven't been able to since I hurt my shoulder because it takes a lot of, effort to do that. But wow. Jen says, never leave the house without changing your underwear. If you get in an accident, you will need to have on clean underwear. I told her it doesn't matter. I'd probably crap my pants anyway. That's funny. Your mom is awesome. My mom didn't really give me funny advice. It was my grandma who would give me the funny stuff. My mom was a June cleaver. My mom is too. She is now. She was a hippie when she was younger, but she like after she got married, she like took on the role of being like the woman of the house. She did not vacuum in pearls and heels. Okay, she did not do that, but she wore dresses a lot, you know, and jewelry all the time. My mom always looked her best. Always, always, always. She still does. She still does. When she went through her hip surgery, I was going over there like every day to sort of help her out, help her get dressed, help her wash up, do the things that she needed to do. And she was like so mortified that I was seeing her, not at her best, not showered with her hair done and, her dressed up. And my mom always dresses up. My mom is always ready for whoever, unless she's camping. Okay. And even when she's camping, she has the cutest outfits all the time. Jane says, okay, on my laptop now, but I need to eat. My husband is making me breakfast. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome that your husband's making you breakfast. That's okay. I just appreciate that you stopped by. Teresa says, I can't think of anything. I think my Aunt Jan was the only one who ever talked to me. I only saw her when I was sent to her for the summer. Mostly she just hugged and made good food. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. And Katie says, I'm from the Dress for Success era. That is just the book cover. Never judge a book by the cover. Yeah, true. Oh, that is so true. That is so true. Some of the best people that I know in my life have never worn heels or a dress or pearls. All right. Or have never dressed for success, But I was too, Katie, for most of my working career, in management, I was always dressed for success, and then once I got out, got my eyebrow pierced and my industrial, and I started dyeing my hair weird colors. I kind of lived out the things I should have lived out when I was younger. Jen says, my mom wore pantyhose all year round, even under jeans. I asked her why she did that. It made her feel fancy. Jane says, oh, Lordy, don't judge me on how I dress or look. Oh, girl, I'm not going to judge you on anything. Anything. I adore you. What we're talking about is, what is the funniest advice your mother gave you, or, an important woman in your life? It could be an aunt, it could be a stepmom, anything like that. The funniest advice that I got came from my grandma, and she said to me, young blood keeps the bed warm. She wasn't kidding. Woo! You guys would have loved my grandma. You would have loved my grandma. She was amazing. I'm so lucky. I had her. I was in my 40s when she passed. So I had her for half my life, which I am just so grateful for, because she was a spitfire. When I got a motorcycle, she wanted to go on a motorcycle ride. She was 83 years old at the time, but she got on the back of my motorcycle and she put on my little German World War II helmet and her little leather pink jacket, and we went out riding together. She was so badass, you guys. She was so badass and so amazing, and I loved her, and she was always right, always right. Teresa says, my mom asked me if my new friends were pretty after she moved us to a new school district once again. I always thought that was weird. Who the fuck cares if they're pretty? I care if they're kind. Me too. Me too. Yeah, I would have been weirded out by that too. That's a weird thing to ask. My sister-in-law says she will go camping when she can find the plug-in for her hairdryer in the trees. We always got someone in our life who was like that, right? Hey, I'm not gonna lie. At my age now, okay, sleeping on the ground is just not. It can't be a thing anymore. Okay, I would have such arthritis flare up in the morning that I wouldn't even be able to enjoy the camping experience, so now I got a cot camp, right? And I'm not going to lie, I do look for places that have internet. Oh, yeah. Oh, grandma. Yeah. My grandma also, she was hysterical. She would keep Rhine wine under the bathroom sink. Okay. And she babysat my brothers and I when we were little. And she would disappear into the bathroom every half hour. Oh, I gotta go potty. With her glass, with her Tupperware glass, into the bathroom. She'd come out, Tupperware glass was full. She was a little happier. She was rad. You guys would have loved her. Oh my God, she was so funny. Oh, Katie says, I know I would love her. I know you would. Oh, you totally would. You two would have been like two peas in a pod. My grandma. Okay, so my grandma's best friend, her name was Elizabeth, okay? Elizabeth was suspecting that her husband was having an affair. So she came over to my grandma. I was living with my grandma. This house that I live in belonged to my grandma. So when I turned 19, I moved in here with my grandma, even before I was married or anything, just to kind of be with her because my grandpa had passed and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I'm sitting here. Elizabeth comes over. She's like, and Elizabeth was from down south. Okay. She was like, I think that my husband is having an affair and I want to find out if he is. So they're like, do you have anything that we can use as a disguise? Because can we use your car and go drive past his house and we'll wear disguises and we'll see if he's having an affair. So my grandma and Elizabeth took a couple of my beer hats and my beer shirts, got into my car, drove down to where they thought he was, okay, caught him having an affair with this woman. And I'm like, what is my life? What is my life? Who are these people in my life? Oh my gosh. And there's so many stories like that because my grandma was just fantastic. Great person. And I miss her every day. All right. Would anybody like a card? I will pull a card today for anybody who would like a card. I've got the Guide of the Hidden Realms Oracle right here that we can use for a card for today. I'll get them shuffled. Angels protect us. Spirits of the land in my home surround us. Ancestors, give us wisdom today. Please and thank you. All right, so the first person I got here is Willow. So here we go, Willow. Here we go. Spirit, what would you like Willow to know for today? Please and thank you. I also have a tarot deck here if we need clarification, but I don't think we will. All right, so we have the dream of co-creation, manifestation, divine partnership, frequency, and alignment. The dream of co-creation. And what I'm feeling from this card is Spirit is asking you to spend some time relying on the flow. Basically feeling, the feeling I'm getting is Spirit is saying, if you're going to get into the flow and don't try to direct where you're going. Don't try to direct your path. Okay. Allow things to manifest, allow things to just transpire naturally without forcing it. Okay. Don't try to take back that control from Spirit. Just allow things to unfold naturally. The universe is going to take you where you need to go. The universe is your partner, is your co-conspirator in this lifetime. Okay? So allow spirit to take you where you need to go, and try not to put anything into any situation. So much is created by our mind alone. Okay? Nothing is inherently good or bad. It's all perspective. It's all in how you see things. This was another one of Katie's cards from this week. That's why this is like really fresh in my mind. And, Spirit is using that to give you this message. So that is my message for you for today. All right. And then I've got Teresa Ford. Sure, I'd like one. Okay. All right, Spirit. What do you want Teresa to know for today? Our beautiful, sweet Teresa, who after this is going to go spear hunting for a wild boar. Okay. We have the sovereignty of magic. Synchronicities, miracles, and spiritual focus. The sovereignty of magic. And what Spirit is telling me for this card is don't get too caught up in the things that are happening in the world right now. Don't dwell too much on it. I know it's easy to do. I'm doing it too. Okay. I'm so excited about the things that are happening right now. I feel like a definite upswing in the collective, especially when it comes to politics. And I know that that's easy to get caught up in and, really get distracted by. But what Spirit is saying is, hey, listen, there are all kinds of little small miracles that are happening around you all the time that you're missing out on because you're spending too much time in your head. So make sure you take time to breathe, maybe get out into nature, just go outside, sit on a lawn chair if it's not too hot, if it's not raining. Go outside and, get your feet in the dirt, ground yourself, and just enjoy what you observe around you. Just be, as Katie always says to me, just be so that you can witness these small miracles that are happening all around you. Okay? That is my message to you from Spirit. All right, then we got Jen. All right, Spirit, what do you want Jen to know? I'm sure that wasn't right. That was like 8 cards. I'm sure Spirit wasn't trying to give you a message with 8 cards, so we'll keep going here. Spirit, what do you want Jen to know? My fellow Wisconsinite here. All right. We have treasures in the deep and dark. Treasures in the deep and dark. Shadow work, healing old wounds are the prompts on the card. Oh, can you see this? Wait, let me go over here. Treasures in the deep and dark. And what I'm feeling from Spirit is that there seems to be some old wounds that are still affecting you. Old wounds that are still like blocking you from progressing forward. They might be something subconscious that just bubbles to the surface or are triggered by little things that are happening around you, or it might be something major too. But something is blocking you and keeping you from progressing forward. So it's important that you discover what these little things are. If you find yourself dwelling on something from the past for anything more than like just 2 or 3 seconds, all right, it's something that you should look at and say, hey, is this something that I need to forgive and heal from and walk away from? Is this something from my childhood? Do I need to like hug that little girl that I was and say, hey, you're safe, you're okay, you're loved? Because sometimes we need to stop and do that. We need to stop and we need to just go, hey, That little child that I was, that was so deeply hurt by something. I, as grown up, right, as protector of myself, am now going to throw my arms around the small child that I was and say, you're safe, you're forgiven, you're loved, everything's okay, you know? And that's the feeling that I'm getting from Spirit for you today, Jen, okay? So there you go. All right, we've got Lottie B. Lottie B. Oh, hey, Kat. Kat says, ha, I caught you. Hi, Kat. It's good to see you. All right, Lottie B. What does Spirit have for you today? Spirit, what would you like Lottie B to know today? Please and thank you. Okay. That's what I'm feeling. We've got another chance to be. Reclamation, second chances, rebirth, and emotional healing. Another chance to be. And what I'm getting from Spirit with this card is nothing is permanent. No situation is permanent. You know, sometimes we get caught up in a, especially when it comes to money matters, we get caught up in a, I'm never going to get ahead. I'm never going to have the things that I want. I'm never going to be able to hit all those things on my bucket list. You know, and we get caught up in this kind of negative cycle of thinking that that keeps us from like manifesting the good things in our life, right? So if you find yourself getting into that negative cycle, you know, stop where you are, clap your hands, you know, say no more with this thinking, and start listing the things that you're grateful for. You know, think about all those little miracles, those little blessings that are in your life that are just amazing. And don't let that cycle of negative thinking stop you from seeing these little miracles, right? You have a chance right now to start today as something new, because you are not permanently cast into a destiny. You know, you have control over that. You have control over your thinking, you have control over your action, and you have definitely got control over your manifestation, right? You attract to you the things that you put out into the universe. So when you find yourself getting into a negative spin, stop it and redirect yourself. Okay, so that's my message for you today, Lottie B. All right. And I got Teresa. I got Jen. Gene! I have to divorce my husband. He broke the yolk of my egg. I'm still eating my egg rice bowl. Ooh. You know what I like to do, Jane? I like to take ramen noodles. I like to crack 2 eggs into the ramen noodles and kind of scramble it up. And then I add some vegetables like peas and carrots and sometimes Sazon Total Spice or something like that, you know, just a little spice to it. I put it into the microwave and I heat it up for 3 minutes. And when it comes out, it's kind of like this noodly, this thick noodle bowl. Oh, I love that. I know, totally not good for you, but it's great comfort food and I love it. Don't divorce your husband. Condolences at Jane the Seeker. I hope he makes up for it at lunchtime. And Jen's like, definitely grounds for divorce. You guys are crazy. Teresa's like, gotta nap my spearhead. Yes, you do. Oh. Is it too late for me? No, I can do one for you, Jane. Absolutely. Spirit, what would you like Jane to know? Jane, you should be reading for me. But let me try. If I can shuffle these cards. My arm is starting to hurt a little bit, you guys. So bear with me here. That's the one thing that still is an issue if I'm sitting for too long. It really, unsupported, it starts to get sore, but I can do it. All right, Spirit, what does Jane need to know for today? Please and thank you, and I love you. This feels like the right one. When we've got focus on the brilliance. Focused attention, prioritizing, and persevering. Focus on the brilliance. Oh, here, let me get this out of the way so you can see it. Focus on the brilliance, and it's a big eyeball. And I'm getting kind of a similar message for you, Jane, that it's really important that you remember to take time to look at the things in your life that are bringing the light into your world. Okay? Focusing in on the things that give you joy, that bring you peace, that bring you clarity. And don't get too caught up in all of what's going on in the world, what's going on in your city. Don't let yourself get too down from all those things that might be kind of like, causing the river to have a few waves. Okay, just ride it out. Just ride it out and focus on what's bright and what's real and what's beautiful. Okay, focus on your truth. Don't let anyone steal your joy. Focus on what's brilliant. Okay? And that's the message from Spirit to you. I got the sun from both a Lenormand and tarot this morning. I was showing my hubby how the two systems work. I believe I bored him. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not sure that Chrissy would be all that excited about me talking to her about that. I get so excited about things when I learn. I'm like, wow, look at this. And I'll go to Chrissy and go, wow, look at this. And she'll be like, what? Oh, my watch is saying, get up and get active. Okay. All right. So I guess I'm going to have to start closing down here. Completely agree. First time since I became an adult. I have time and patience to invest in me and heal myself and find me again. That's awesome. I love hearing things like that. I'd love a reading too. Yesterday was my cat Pet Richard's first adoptversary. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to catch you next time, Kat, because we're already after 11, but I will get to you. If you're here the next time, I will do you I will make sure that you get yours first, okay? Also, it was retaliation out of boredom. Yeah, well, happy adoption day, Patricia? Am I saying that right? Choose your own adventure. Get message. I've always been good at negative thinking. Great advice. Thank you. You're very welcome. I do it too. I think we all do it. We all get into those moments where we just kind of go into a negative spiral. It happens. Sounds like I might try that, Dolly. Oh, awesome. Cat says, I've always adopted, and he was a rescue too. Me too. Me too. All my animals have been adopted, including my bird. All right, you guys. Oh my God, Dolly, the lake had ripples and waves today. Spot on. Thank you. You're very welcome. Okay. Petrichor. The smell of earth after the rain. Oh, I think you've told me that before. Why can't that word stick in my head? I don't know. More coffee. All right, you guys, it's 11:04, so I'm going to end this. Thank you so much for coming today, you guys. I love you guys. I really look forward to these times together where we get to share and have fun like this. This means the world to me. It spiritually really lifts me up. So thank you very much. You guys are all great friends. You guys all have a great day, and I will see you all again soon, okay? Mwah! Take care, everybody. All right, bye-bye. Love you all. I'm going to try to end the stream now.